All right, everyone. So today we're tackling something I think we can all relate to, low back pain.
Ugh. Yeah, tell me about it.
And I get it. We've all been there, right? That ache that can be anything from just like a dull throb to like full on stabbing, can't even move pain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And, it's so easy to just be like, oh, my back hurts again. Must be from sitting too long or whatever.
Right. Like I just need to pop another ibuprofen and power through.
But the thing is, there are actually a ton of different things that can cause low back pain.
Oh, totally. And this article you sent over by Dr. Katsevman does such a good job of breaking all that down.
Yeah, it's super interesting how he lays it all out because, when you think about it, your back, it's complicated. You've got muscles and bones and discs and nerves all kind of just crammed in there together.
Right. It's a whole system.
Yeah.
So where do we even begin to untangle all of this? He mentions things like facet pain and degenerative disc disease.
hmm
And honestly, those just sound straight up scary to me.
Yeah, those definitely sound intimidating,
Mm.
but they're actually not as bad as they sound.
Yeah.
So like facets, for example, those are these little joints in your spine,
Okay.
and they will let you like bend and twist and move around.
Yeah.
But over time, just like any joint, they can wear down.
Like my knees. Those are always acting up.
Exactly. So when those little facet joints get worn down, that's what causes facet pain.
Makes sense. And what about degenerative disc disease? That one sounds seriously awful.
I know, right? But it's basically just a fancy way of saying that the discs in your spine are wearing out.
So like the cushioning between the bones?
Yep, exactly. Those discs, they're kind of like shock absorbers, and over time they can start to dry out and shrink.
Is that part of aging? Like, do we just shrink everywhere?
Pretty much.
Ah,
And as those discs shrink, they can put pressure on the nerves in your spine, which is what causes the pain.
ouch. Okay, that makes sense. And then there's sciatica, which feels like one of those things everyone thinks they have at some point.
Right, like, oh, my leg hurts, must be
Yeah.
sciatica.
Yeah. So what is it really, and how do you know if you actually have it?
So sciatica itself is actually a symptom, not a condition. It's that shooting pain that goes down the back of your leg. And it's usually caused by a herniated or bulging disc that's pressing on the sciatic nerve.
So that's where the whole slip disc thing comes from?
Yeah, pretty much. And Dr. Katsevman, he actually points out that sometimes disc problems don't cause sciatica at all. Sometimes it's just localized pain in your back.
Which I guess would make it even harder to figure out what's going on.
Exactly. And then to make things even more interesting, he also brings up the SI joint,
The what now?
the sacroiliac joint.
Okay.
It's this joint that connects your spine to your pelvis. And a lot of people don't realize it can actually cause back pain too.
Really? Huh. I would never thought of that.
It's often overlooked, but problems with the SI joint can cause pain in your lower back, and it can even radiate down into your leg and groin. Dr. Katzman even links to this whole quiz about it in his article.
Wow. I might need to check that out later. So much for just ignoring that nagging back pain.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is probably good information for anyone to have, but especially if you're someone who's dealing with back pain right now, I think the biggest takeaway from Dr. Katzman is don't just assume it's one thing.
Right, like don't just write it off as, oh, it's just because I sit at a desk all day or whatever.
Exactly. There are so many different things that can cause low back pain, so it's important to actually figure out what's going on so you can get the right treatment. Talk to your doctor, ask questions, and advocate for yourself.
I love that. Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, here's something else to think about. Dr. Katzman, he focuses a lot on the physical stuff, right? The bones and the discs and all that.
Hmm.
But I'm wondering, could there also be like a mind-body connection with back pain?
That's interesting.
Like, could things like stress or posture or even our emotions play a role too? It's definitely something to ponder.
Yeah, it really makes you think.
And think we shall. But for now, we're going to have to leave it there. Until next time, everyone be good to your back and keep those brains buzzing.